It is January 18th here in Portland, Oregon in the year 2023. And I wanted to share my reflections this evening with you. And the theme I'm feeling into goes something like this: the ordinariness of living and dying. The ordinariness of living and dying. As I was sitting with those words, I thought that it could also be worded as the extraordinariness of living and dying. The extraordinariness of living and dying. I went to the hospital today, and during a somewhat standard procedure, was informed afterwards that they had discovered a cancerous mass in my body. On hearing those words, which has real meaning, real consequence, there was also an ordinariness. The ordinariness was simply the recognition that this is what is. That this is what is. After arriving home and being with myself, watching what was arising, there were two strong motifs or insights that were present. The first one was about the fundamental realness of presence, of being here. I don't usually say being in the moment, because even that limits it to a bound of time. This being here, this presence, it's like surpasses the limitation of this individual existence. There's a trust, a knowing, a being in this presence that is more trustworthy or real, you could say, than the story of me, the story of me. Whatever happens in this body, be it healthy or unhealthy, be it living or non-living, I feel that this presence is the real realness that transcends, that pre-exists, that post-exists, that limited form, and I'm not separate from it. It can never be fully articulated in words, but in my journey of coming into this presence, there's a knowing that transcends language. I wrote down a phrase: the only thing that's real is the presence of what is. The only thing that's real is the presence of what is. And just in this moment, resting into this what isness feels so safe and whole. It's hard to find fear in this presence. There's no story of me that needs to be perpetuated. That was one of the two insights that came up. And the second one was this desire or this will to focus my attention on what is most important. In the West African Yoruban tradition, there is an understanding about our destiny, and that when we come to know ourselves, when we come to know a dimension of who we are, a depth of who we are, a spirit of who we are, that we are engaging with, we are making present our destiny. In this presencing, that which calls us and that which sometimes we are afraid to be called to step into. We enter into relationship with it. This was the second thing that came up for me, that this recognition of the ways that I distract myself from what could be called destiny. It may be no easy task to encounter, to meet, to feel a relationship with destiny. For me, through my 30 years of contemplative journey, through Zen and non-duality, and through helping to develop the first mindfulness year-long, semester-long, comprehensive, deep curriculum of mindfulness in high schools. All of these have felt like callings. But it, for me, in encountering the practice of ally work, that has been a stepping into destiny, the heart of the calling. So, for me, on what might conventionally be seen as a challenging day, or a day in which to go into the story of me and the telling of the story of me, what most comes into focus is the importance of destiny and the naming of the ways that we are afraid to walk in destiny, the ways that I have been afraid to do that. And so in recording this video, it is a way for me to step into that place of fear, that place of fear of sharing about that which feels like destiny to me. The destiny of mine is to share about this practice of ally work, because it is, in a sense, new. It is ancient, but is new in this form, in this form's capacity to, in potential, bring many more people in relationship to their destiny, to seeing and stepping into their destiny. In the Yoruban tradition, it said that we may live our lives without having come into conscious relationship with our destiny. And that we also have this capacity or invitation to turn to destiny, enter into reciprocal relationship with destiny, to let ourselves step into the places where we are afraid and to stand in our hearts. In the place of the conditioned mind, there is deep uncertainty, but in the place of presence, we can enter into this relationship, this dialogue with destiny, which I share about through the practice of ally work. And perhaps it's coming across as I'm not honoring the uniqueness of this individual being in setting aside the story. But actually, the most unique of our individual being is this expression and potential for fulfillment of our destiny. And the beauty of that is that no two destinies are alike. in stepping into our destiny, we are at once letting go of the story of me and stepping into the deeper, truer story of what we could call the reality of who I am. So thank you for your kindness in listening to this reflection. And I send you so many well wishes and wishes for good health and peace. Thank you.